Thank you for talking with us, Jaime. I wanted to ask you, you've been at the front of this, the forefront, the front runner. You're the face of this discovery. How's it been for you?
I think the person who deserves this credit is Thierry Jamin, the French who got the bodies, who collected everything, who has had the courage to confront anything, to take the risk. As investigator, probably I helped to really make these news, these findings go through, to be known by the world, and to understand that this is something really extraordinary. And for me, has been probably one of the most important investigations of my life.
Well, we understand samples that you've taken with your team, amongst other people, but what is your personal opinion? What do you think this mummy is?
I think this mummy is something else. I don't know if it came from a different planet or not, but it doesn't look human. All the features you can see are really something extraordinary, like the big fingers in the hands with 5 phalanges, the fingers in the foot with 4 phalanges are something that are not comparable to those of human beings. Also the head, if you see the head, is very big. If you see the bones in the arm, they are really separated, something very different that, from our own. And there are, I am very sure, so many more differences from human beings. Then this is not human. What is it? I don't know. Where it came from? I don't know. We will find out.
Yeah. There's been a lot of international interest in regards to this find, but surprisingly and remarkably, it's been very quiet here in Peru. We believe the government have been trying to pressure and maybe keeping this quiet. You called that. You went to the Ministry of Culture today. Can you say anything about how that meeting went?
No. I sent a letter and I asked for this meeting because we wanted to present them before the press conference all the information we had collected, all the evidences, all the scientists' analysis, and we couldn't do it. They said that we should send an email, and after a while they will answer to us. And I said, it's important you do it very fast because the bodies are in danger. The bodies are really being hurt by being outside. They need to be preserved. They say, yeah, sure, we will. But that was all. I know that the attitude of the government, the Ministry of Culture, is just to reject this finding. This is really disturbing because the real victim here is the truth. And I think that the truth should go to the world. The people around the world deserves the truth about this.
Absolutely. I mean, we've been led to believe that what's going to be discussed tomorrow at the first international press announcement, that the information could potentially not just change the planet, but literally, the whole universe. I mean, at the end of the day, the information has got to come out, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's the plan, to present this to the world, and the world will decide how good is this investigation, how good the evidences are. And they are trying to stop this because they are fearful that this could be truth. They will have to rewritten the books of history. Everything we know should change or could change. I don't know, and it seems that it's too much for many, many people. And that is why, even without the evidence, even without the bodies, even without looking closely to this discovery, they are saying that this is not true, couldn't be true, that is all.
If it is successful tomorrow, and we do manage to get this information out as best as we possibly can, do you think this is going to help the Ikari Institute to carry on their research and expertise?
Oh yeah, the attention of the world. If we can convince that we are honest, if we can convince them that there is no other interest than the truth, if we can convince the world that the evidences are real, then everything should change. And the Ikari Institute should attract all the attention from the world. And that is why I think Tomorrow we will decide, or they will decide, or everybody will decide what is the future of humanity, because it is not just this discovery. If we cannot prove that these bodies are something else, then we won't be able to prove it ever. This is physical evidence. For the first time, it's in the hands of society, and they want to take it away from us. Don't you realize that? Don't you realize what is in play here tomorrow? I hope people will understand and will support this, because the evidences speak by themselves. You will hear the scientists, you will hear everybody that is around here, this investigation. You will see the documents of the investigation with carbon-14, with the DNA. You will find out how close we are to really understand that things are not like we have thought they were in the past. This is a different world, and the reality is very, very different than what we thought.
I think the timing tonight has been very coincidental for the government and a lot of scientists to come out tonight, just prior to the event tomorrow, to try and put their story forward and say it's all fake. But how can they do that if they've not seen or examined? How can they do that?
Because the scientists in Peru and probably around the world are very fearful. They organize an event today just to declare that our findings are a hoax, they are a fraud. They haven't seen them. They don't have the body. They don't have the x-rays. They don't have the CAT scans. They don't have anything. And besides that, they have not presented anything. There is not one single evidence, one single proof that backs their words. And this is amazing. I cannot believe what is happening here. I cannot believe it. People even think or listen to these people. For example, a taxidermist the other day saying that, oh, there is a mafia in Peru that they are creating this kind of hoaxes. And because you came with Gaia and so on, then they made this mummy for you. Are we so stupid? Are we, so gullible that we will accept anything they give to us? Absolutely not. Before we say anything, we investigated, and we were convinced that this is real. Otherwise, we wouldn't have presented.
dermal ridging, like fingerprints on the bottom of the feet, possibly also on the hands. Samples have been currently taken. Now this is a female, was initially thought to be a male, referred to as Albert, or Alberta, but it is a female and now referred to as Maria. Estimated size around about 5'6". Currently there's analysis taking place, DNA analysis taking place to ascertain is she fully human or not. What we're actually looking at here, Barry, is of course the X-ray of Maria, who we've just been examining. Clearly massive differences here, massive differences. We can clearly see the ball joints, which is a very human trait, obviously, in arms and legs. We can clearly also see the vertebrae in the backbone, and this is the legs coming up in its sitting position, in its fetal position. And across here, very faintly, you can actually see the fingers, which you can see consist of 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 4 sections, slightly different than what else we've seen here, but nevertheless, though, extremely long. And they do look like connected bone as well. I can't see anything here that leads me to believe it's been anatomically altered in any way. But of course, that's what the experts need to tell you, not myself. But at the end of the day, what is very interesting is that you can see how the hand has come across here and it's been x-rayed. I believe further x-rays are going to be taking place maybe tomorrow. We're looking at what looks to be human body, but the most obvious differences being the toes, being the fingers.